Back again with another episode of the Golden Era Revival Show with your host, the most illustrious MC of all time, the most perfect Eclipse, one half of Rhyme Clinic, representing for the Golden Era. Today's episode, transformation through the music. That's what hip hop was about. That's what hip hop is about. It's a magic power. You can transform your life through the music because you're using words. Words create your reality. So hip hop is a transformative music. Whether you use it in a negative way or a positive way, it's gonna work. But the only thing that is that to make it work and to utilize this power, you have to do it continuously, repetitively. It's the repetition that's gonna make it work. You do it once or twice, it's not gonna work. But if you're saying these things all the time, you're doing these things all the time, that's how it's gonna work for you. That's how it's gonna work. That's how it's gonna transform your life. You continuously think about it, continuously speak on it. And then next thing you know, that's your life. So, what the people in the golden era did, well, I mean, the people of now in hip hop still continue to do this, but speaking on the golden era, because this is the golden era revival, and the originators of this are those of the golden era. Be it even going back to the 70s, they are even included in this. Transformative music, like the Sugar Hill Gang. They took a dip in the pool that was right off the wall, and had the Cadillac. They had no Cadillac. He's working at a pizza shop. But after that, he had the Cadillac. But I mean, there's many examples of that. Many examples of people that transform their life. Everybody has transformed their life through hip hop. Even like a Nas has always had like high-end gangster stories. His rhymes are always like high-end mobsters eating at the restaurant that is $900 plates and big ass rings on, and that's Nas. Look at Nas. That's him eating that like a mobster. What he described or what he saw as that lifestyle. That's how he living it. Go to Ghostface Killer. Rocks is chunky and all. That's how he described his lifestyle, and you see it. You see it in him. You see it. Or the Wu-Tang as a collective. They always rapped about brotherhood and talked about things like that. And you see them that as a collective, that's what it is. That's what the Wu-Tang music is really about, brotherhood. It's about brotherhood and brothers going through situations in life and being there for each other and helping each other. That's on a deeper level. That's what the Wu-Tang is. That's what many groups and artists you can go into on a deeper level like that, and see who the artist truly is by truly listening to their music. Truly, even if you go to a Mobb Deep, they spoke of the life they lived, but then they spoke of the life that they wanted. And they spoke of the life that they lived as something that they didn't want. Because they spoke of it being hard and struggling, but it was something that they didn't want. It was just how it was. But they was able to transform their life through the music. And that's what everybody in hip hop got to do. You got to be aware of that power to transform your life through your music. And you got to continuously do your music. Repetition. Awareness and repetition. is how you transform. Awareness and repetition is how you transform. Awareness and repetition is how you transform. Awareness and repetition is how you transform. You want to transform any aspect of your life. Awareness and repetition. The music, even if you're not an artist that write music, the music that you continuously listen to over and over again, that's going to take hold and mold your life. Whatever you listen to. So, if you want to transform your life, be like the artists of the golden era. Do it with your words. Transform your life with your words. Transform yourself with your words. Transform your financial income with your words. Anything you want to do, speak it into existence and really believe it and know it. Believe it deep down and so believe it so strongly that you can feel it like it's already occurred, because it already has once you think it. Once you think it in your mind, it happened. That's the only place it matters that something happened, is in the mind. Doesn't matter if it happened anywhere else beyond the mind. Once the mind thinks it happened, the person's gonna think it happened no matter what. No matter what you say or anything, they're gonna go with their mind, even if their mind didn't see that. Doesn't matter. They said the mind saw it. That's the end. Once again, that's awareness and unawareness. Transform your life with hip hop. Need I go on? Y'all need more examples? I mean, KRS-One was living in the shelter. Transformed his life with hip hop to be the teacher. He was the teacher in the shelter. You gotta realize that too. You are always who you are, even if you at this spot. You want to transform your life. And transforming your life is just finding your true self. Your true self, you might not be all the time, but you are sometimes. But KRS was always the teacher. Even in the shelter, he was the teacher. So outside of the shelter, the teacher got out the shelter because the teacher doesn't belong in the shelter. Now, if he would have named himself Shelter Man, KRS-One would probably still be in the shelter. And not saying it'd be something bad. He might just be in the shelter, helping at the shelter. He might own the shelter now. You know, if he had named himself Shelter Man, who knows? He, like I said, he might have started owning shelters and building shelters all around the world. We never would have known him for rapping, because he would have turned himself into Shelter Man. I mean, it sounds crazy, but it sounds kind of funny. But that's truth. That's truth. He wanted to be the teacher. So teachers are not, teachers have to go and travel around the world and teach, be in classrooms. That's what teachers do. They don't stay at a shelter. MCs don't stay at a shelter. They might stay at a shelter at one point until they become aware that they are the teacher. See, he was in the shelter until he became aware that he was really the teacher. He probably called himself the teacher, but he wasn't really aware that he was the teacher. But when he became aware of it, now it's on and cracking. Slick Rick probably called himself Rick the Ruler for a long time. But once he became really aware that he was Rick the Ruler, oh, he was Rick the Ruler. That's when all the jewels and stuff came out. He's Rick the Ruler. So your name means something in your transformation. What is your name? That's part of your transformation. Even in religions, as soon as you become Muslim, what they do, they give you a new name. Take on a new